fastest way to grow your e-com revenue? Ourselves or our organizations as works in progress. That is an infinite mindset. Infinite mindset is fundamentally constant improvement. So, there's big change, there's little change, there's tweaks, there's dramatic change. Sometimes it's reacting to changing cultures, changes in culture, politics, technology. Sometimes the change is our own, sometimes we have to react to it. But I think the honest answer is yes, we have to change. There's always opportunity to improve something. Is we do lots of PowerPoint presentations about what's coming and don't worry, and we have all these things, and we treat it very rationally, and what we're ignoring is the emotional work.
Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited, ready to go ahead and dive into today's day. Great morning. Look at that. Shane and Talina already won a Mornings with Nano Journal. I love it. We are vibrating high. We are expecting, and we are getting miracles. How amazing is that? So let me go ahead and get live on IG so we can go and get them plugged in. Okay. All right. So family, let's go ahead and drop down a little bit of gratitude down below. What is everybody grateful for coming in for the day? You already know I've got my little buddy. Yes, he's tapped in for the call. So let's go. Let's drop it down. What is everybody grateful for today? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, so grateful for the mind, for the body, and for the spirit. I'm so thankful for my little buddy over here that's able to go ahead and keep watch over the family while I am not there. So we've got a lot of greatness that is working for us. A lot of abundance is coming in for the month of December. And I'm so grateful for the trades that are hitting. I'm so grateful and thankful for the ECX stores that's getting ka-chings on a daily basis. I'm so thankful for the leaders, for the massive, for the massive growth that is happening inside of the Dream Team. I'm so glad to be a part of it and to be a witness to keep continuing to see you elevating in your journey. So yes, grateful for the health. I love it. So drop down your day as well. What day for your challenge for the morning ritual is everybody on? I'm on day 145, going strong. The journey continues. So let's go ahead and get into it for the day. All right, I've got a fire topic, how to go ahead and embrace, how to navigate change. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We are getting this straight out of the book, Developing the Leader Within You, a little John C. Maxwell for the morning, 11:11, paint your vision. So here we go. Let me get into it. I've got a great acronym as we get a little bit deeper, but let's go ahead and start out. You ready? So I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I've got five bullets for you, and then I've got an acronym at the end to go ahead and wrap it up. You ready? So family, here we go. Diving into change, okay? Change can be difficult, but here's what John Maxwell, here's the first paragraph, how we started off the chapter. Here's what he said. Any person who has led change knows that it's challenging, but I believe that people do not naturally resist change. They resist being changed. Recently, I saw a 2-frame cartoon in which 2 leaders asked a question. Who wants change? And everybody raised their hand, right? So you can get a visual. The question was asked, who wants change? And everybody raised their hand. But watch what happens to the second question, okay? The second question now is, well, who actually wants to change? Boom. And the whole room was silent. The whole crowd went into crickets. So isn't it funny how a lot of us want change, but very few of us actually want to change? So go ahead and write that down. This is the difference, what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Many want the change in their life. Many want to live in a different house, want to drive a different car, want to go ahead and wake up feeling abundant, but very few people are willing to actually make the changes necessary to actually see these things come into fruition, and myself included, right? I remember at the beginning of the journey, I'm seeing everybody, all these people that were my age when I started actually seeing the niche of entrepreneurship. I saw they were my age, saw some were able to retire their family. I saw some were having their money work for them. And I remember thinking when I first got in, I tried all of these different companies, right? You name it, I probably tried to sell it, and I never made money in any of them. And I always kept asking myself, what am I missing? Why am I not able to see the results that maybe others are able to see? Well, you know what the answer was? I never changed myself. I wasn't really journaling. I wasn't really reading the books. I wasn't really taking myself and my time seriously. So I love Nano's topic for today because, to be honest, this is already what I was diving into today. I was talking about the deep work. I was talking about the journey not just the destination. So these bullet points today, this is going to piggyback great off of Neno's training because it all goes hand in hand. Okay. So here's the first bullet I want everybody to write down. Ready? People feel awkward and self-conscious doing something new. So you're not alone. if you thought you were the only one, guess what? That's not just you. People feel awkward and self-conscious doing something new. So here's the deal, right? Change is awkward. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and try to clap your hands with your fingers interlaced together. That feels a little bit weird. You've probably never done that in your life. It feels a little bit crazy to go ahead and do that. Well, guess what? So do most things when you actually start off doing them new. Let me ask you this. How many of you were comfortable at the beginning of this challenge? When we started on a 30-day challenge, how many of you were comfortable writing out your gratitude, your 10 blessings in the morning? How many of you were even comfortable getting in your journal at all before you even started? That probably felt super awkward. Well, so do most things coming into entrepreneurship. It wasn't normal for me to speak in front of a crowd at the beginning. It wasn't normal for me to get on videos. It wasn't normal for me to go ahead and post on social media, throw events, being at the front of the room, speaking in front of people. None of this was normal to me. All of this, in fact, was new. But here's what I understood. They wrote a whole book on it, right? What got us here is not going to get us there. So in order to reach new levels, we have to do something different. Okay, we have to do something different. So this is crucial. So I started realizing that everything that I've been doing has gotten me to the level that I'm at. So here's what Einstein says. He said, we cannot solve the same problems of man with the same level of thinking. So in other words, we need to change what our habits, our rituals, our thinking, our daily disciplines to really see what is that we envision manifest. So that's number one. Okay. Number one is big. People feel awkward and self-conscious doing something new. And here's the deal. You're not alone. Okay. All of us felt weird doing most of these things. Trading wasn't normal for really anybody. Most of these charts look like a foreign language, but as we started to learn it, we started to realize that we're not studying for a test. We're not studying for a grade. We're studying for skill sets that we can take for life. Family, anywhere that has Wi-Fi, I'm good. I know how to trade. I know how to build an e-commerce business. I have income coming in from social media, right? We've got credit coming on the way. We've got all of these different streams that are manifesting. Why? Because of doing the deep work, crypto, NFTs, right? So many different streams, residual income, all of these different streams that had to happen only if the deep work was willing to be done. Okay. So anybody that you see, guess what? Nobody was really a great trader, speaker, right? Great at e-commerce. We all had to do something new and learn as we go. Okay. And guess what? It feels more awkward for most of us at the beginning. Number two is going to be people initially focus on what it is that they have to give up. Let's say that again. People initially focus on what it is that they have to give up. And this is why so many are not willing to make that change, because we're so clenched onto what it is that we know, what it is that we're used to, that we're afraid to let it go. Because if we feel like we let it go, we might lose who it is that we are. We might lose the circle that's around us. You know the truth about success? When you really get aligned, when you really tap into that frequency, the people that you're around right now, the circle of influence, is not going to be the same circle of influence that you're directly calling and texting once you level up. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's the truth, right? I started going from calling and texting my friends who didn't really have a lot of goals and aspirations at the beginning of my journey. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with talking to them, but what I am telling you is we become the average of the 5 people that we're around. We become the average of the 5 people that we actually developed from ourselves. So I had to really look at myself and look at everything that I was doing inside of my life and ask myself, what am I willing to give up to go up? Because everything in life, most of us are traders on this call, right? So guess what? Life is also a game of trading. You see, when we give up something, it takes having to take something in. It's a trade and it's an exchange. So whenever we give up something, it has to be replaced with something positive. So if we're giving up eating junk food today, what does that need to be replaced with? Go ahead and drop it down below. If we're giving up eating junk food, we probably should replace it with alkaline water and whole foods. Okay. If we're giving up distractions, here's the funny thing about distractions. Okay. It's only a distraction if you have traction doing something else. Oof. This hit me like a brick when Charlotte said this morning. He said it's only a distraction if you have traction doing something else. So let me ask you right now, what do you really have traction on that you've been really focused on a daily basis? Because for most of us, we're getting distracted by so many different things, but in reality, that we're not focused on the main thing. Focus. If you look at the word focus, follow one course until successful. So many of us have these plan A's, plan C's, plan D's. I didn't have any of those extra plans. That's why I took this thing so serious. And that's why I understood anybody that treats this like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. And hobbies normally cost you money. But if you treat it like a 6-7 figure skill set, that's how it's going to pay you. So I had to give up a lot of different things to go ahead and be able to take in learning how to trade, to be able to take in personal development, to be able to take in learning how to journal, right? I had to give up hanging out with negative influences. I had to give up listening to so much music. I had to give up spending time around people, places, situations that I didn't need to be around. And guess what? Now I had to trade that time in. I traded that time for investing in books. I traded that time to go into events. I traded that time to working on myself in the gym, in the morning, in the nighttime, night routine, morning rituals. All of these things had to happen for me to go ahead and truly level up. So write this down. Here's the quote. Here's the star for bullet point number 2. For everything that we gain, we lose something. Okay. So in order to get to this next level, we're going to have to cut off some baggage to get to that level. If you think of an air balloon, we have to snip off some of these weights so we can get off the ground and get to the next level. So that's bullet point number 2. I got a couple more for you. Okay. Number 3. This is a big one. People are afraid to get ridiculed. Yes, I know it's real. Guess what? Everybody deals with pretty much the same issue. We're all addicted to other people's approval in some way, shape, form, or another. But as you start to grow, as you start to develop, you start to realize Johnny 99, his comment on your post isn't going to dictate your income. He's not going to affect where it is that we're going in life. So you know what I started to realize? If people did not have the results, if people did not have the success that I wanted, and they had something negative to say about what it is that I do, and I wasn't willing to switch bank accounts, I wasn't willing to switch house, I wasn't willing to switch cars with them, guess what? Their negative opinion became irrelevant to me because they didn't have the results that I wanted. Family, for so long, I was asking the right questions, but I was asking the wrong people. I was asking my father how to make 6 figures. I was asking my professor how to make 6 figures. I was asking all of these people how to become successful. But the funny thing is, none of them had success themselves. They were all struggling. They were all just getting by. So you know what I started to find? Let me go ask the right questions to the right people, the people who've actually made millions of dollars trading, the people who've actually spoke in front of a room, in front of thousands that were once introverted at one time, the people that built a brand on social media that at one point in time were an underdog struggling, didn't have a lot going on in their life. I needed to be able to relate to people like that so I could see if they could do it, why can't we do it as well? And the same thing should be for you, because here's what I know. Here's what I can promise you. I can find somebody that comes from a similar walk of life, a similar background, and they've been able to achieve massive amounts of success. I'm not even just talking about money. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? All the spectrums. So if God did it for somebody else, God can do it for us as well. So understand when it comes to all of these different areas of entrepreneurship, right? Grounding. I'll give you an example. Like grounding. Some people were making fun of me for talking about grounding this morning, right? I sent out, a picture of grounding, how powerful it is. Somebody were like, D, why are you wasting your time grounding? If they knew what we knew, they would do what we do. Matter of fact, IG, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop this in the group chat real quick for everybody. So look at this. Dream team, check this out. I'm gonna give everybody a gem real quick on the power of grounding. Okay, here you go. Everybody can go read that. Grounding offers many health benefits, including improved sleep, reduced inflammation, improved tissue and cell repair, enhanced blood flow, increased heart rate variability, and improved electrical activity in the brain. You see, so somebody that's ignorant to grounding, right? They're gonna think you're an idiot. Why would you ever go walk out in the grass and just stand there with no shoes? You look stupid. How about sun gazing? People think I'm crazy because every single day my goal is to catch the sunrise and to catch the sunset. Right? I don't always catch the sunrise, but I always catch the sunset. And I'm always very intentional because when the sun is 30 degrees above the horizon, this is actually the perfect range where you can actually stare directly into the sun, and it does what's called decalcifying. It decalcifies the calcium buildup that happens in all of our eyes as we age, as we get older. This has a big attribution to why most people, they start losing their eyesight when they get older, because the calcium buildup blocks the view from the retina to actually be able to see. So most people don't know that when you sun gaze, you're literally decalcifying your retina. You're able to actually better your eyesight over time. People think this is crazy. You might get ridiculed. People might think you're absolutely nuts for staring at the sun. Well, guess what? If they knew what we knew, they would do what we do. People thought I was nuts for trading at the beginning. D, why are you wasting time looking at these charts? Why are you spending so much time with these mentors and actually developing yourself? D, why are you taking the time to make $5 trading? Because I knew eventually that 5 would be $50,000, $5,000, $50,000 in a week. And it's happened. So when I tell you, family, don't be afraid to get ridiculed. Don't be afraid to get out and be different. Be bold, right? This is why we follow the masses and do the opposite, okay? Number 4, I got one more for you. Then I'm going to hit you guys with a fire acronym to go ahead and dive into the day so you can have something tactical to go and implement all of this change, okay? The last but not least, people personalize change and may feel alone in the process. People personalize change and may feel alone in the process. Well, here's the deal. When I got into trading, when I got into putting myself out there, I'm not going to lie. For most people, nobody believed in me. Not my father, not my best friend, not my girlfriend, not the closest people around me could see what it is that I saw. But family, you know what the beauty of the Dream Team, you know what the beauty of this platform, you know what the beauty of I Am is? You have literally hundreds and thousands of people all around the world from all different walks of life that believe in you, that want to see you win, that want to see you grow and elevate. And if we're being honest, I never really had that in my life outside of my family and sports, right? That's why I was looking when I got out of college. I was looking to create a family. I was looking to create a like-minded community of individuals that are just like this. We're all so very different from all different ages. We have a different demographic, but you see, we're all in the same psychographic. We're all looking to grow. We're all looking to elevate. We're all looking to become the highest version of ourselves. So guess what? You're doing this for yourself, but you're never doing this by yourself. Even though it might seem like it because the people externally and close to your circle personally don't believe in you, guess what? You've got a family right here that wants you to win, that wants you to succeed. I'm telling you right now, if you stay around the fire, if you stay around, I promise you, by 2025, you stick around, you will be a 6, 7-figure earner. I'm telling you. Neno talks about it all the time. We have so many different streams to access, whether that be with trading, e-commerce, building your brand, social media. I don't know what that is for you, but I can promise you that if you stick around, if you really stick to the process, there's no doubt in my mind you can achieve a phenomenal amount of success in all different areas. But it takes knowing that you're not alone, okay? So here's my acronym for you guys to go ahead and dive into the tactical plan. You ready? How to go ahead and embrace change, how to really make this thing possible. The best community in the world. Yes, I love it. You already know. So here we go. Let's get into it. You ready? It's called Plan Ahead. Okay, here's the acronym for today. Give me 5 minutes. I'm going to get out of here. We can dive into the Thursday, right? The end of the Hunger Games is today. So here we go. Plan ahead. The first letter for P is going to be predetermine the change that's needed. There's a reason why I'm doing this training right before 2023. Everything I do is very intentional, okay? So this is the perfect time to implement what it is I'm about to teach you, because I'm telling you, if you do it, you're going to be able to start 23 hitting the ground running, right? Dream Team, we're already there. So proud of you guys. So number 1 is going to be plan ahead, predetermine the change that's needed. So family, what is the change that's needed coming into the new year? What got us here is not going to get us there. So what are we going to add on? What are we going to focus on coming into the new year, right? What are some things we're going to have to give up to go up, okay? L is going to be lay out the steps, right? Lay out the blueprint. Well, good thing for us, the blueprint's already laid out, right? The plan is already there. All it takes for us is just running the play. We have the academy. We have our Go Live sessions. We have the mentorship. We have the value. We have the products. We have the system. So we have everything we need. For most people, and this is the truth, it's never a lack of resources. It's a lack of being resourceful. Family, we have 6, 7-figure, 8, 9-figure educators at our fingertips in our group chat and Telegram right now. It just takes being able to tap into what it is that we have access to, okay? So A is going to be adjust your priorities. Priorities is everything, okay? This is why Jim Rohn talks about it. Before we start the next day, it should be laid out on paper. right? Before we start the next day, it should be completely laid out on paper, at least have our priorities set so we know the main things that we need to go ahead and knock out coming in for the day. This is why time blocking is so important. This is why getting a Google Calendar is crucial. Because if we don't have things written down, if we don't have things documented out so we can see it, it's easy for life to compile. And guess what? Priorities get mixed up. Life happens and we get overwhelmed and we wonder why we get stuck. We wonder why we get so anxious and depressed because we have so many things that's compiling on each other. We said we're going to make this video. We said we're going to go to this meeting. We said we're going to go to this event. And all these things that we didn't do because we didn't adjust our priorities. Now we're beating ourselves up. Now we feel all of this, these negative beliefs because of the decisions that we made, not prioritizing. Okay. This is big. This is crucial. All right. I got a couple more for you. And notify the key people, right? Notify your mentors, notify your accountability partners what it is that we're about to do, the run that we're about to go on for the next 90 days to go ahead and start the year. Family, if there's one thing I've noticed in the past 5 years, 90 days can completely change the course of your life. Can literally change the next 1, 2, 5 years of your life strictly by going all out on a 90-day sprint. And guess what? Every year, January, new me, people are ready for new change. People are ready to go ahead and make a difference. So this is when business gets crazy. I'm telling you right now, it happens every year, year after year. Okay, so notify the key people, notify your accountability partners, call your mentor, and let them know you're ready to go all in for 2023, getting off this call. And A is going to be allowed time for acceptance. Okay, great things take time. There's a reason why a Rolls Royce takes 6 months to build, and a Hyundai they can build it in a week. Right? There's a reason for that. So at the end of the day, your process is going to take time. Okay, if you're not where you want to be at yet, understand we're exactly where we need to be, myself included. I've seen so much success in front of my face, but I understand if it happened for them, it can happen for us, and God's timing is different for everybody. So our timing is going to happen when it needs to happen, when we are aligned in the right frequency. Okay, 4 more for you to go ahead and end off the day. H, head into action. Okay, I'm huge on personal development. I love growth, but I'm a very action-oriented individual, right? Yes, I get on Zooms. Yes, I get on Go Live, but I apply what it is that I teach. Why is there people like Chino that doesn't do all the personal development in the world, doesn't get on all the calls, but he has massive amounts of success? Because he applies what he learns. You're going to get more knowledge, more experience going an hour in the field than 20 hours of Zooms and books. That I can promise you, family. So let's go ahead and get into action. Let's make the calls. Let's get out there. Let's push ourselves. Let's get an event going in your city, right? Let's get ads on our e-commerce store. Let's get live with our trading account. Let's get into action. Okay. Now here's the E. Okay. When you head into action, let me be the first to tell you, when you're going on a journey, if you're going up a mountain on a journey, guess what? There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be roadblocks that come in the way. So E, expect problems. Expect problems. You've got to be able to expect problems because, family, this is going to be a part of the process. You're going to lose trades. You're going to have people that don't believe in you. You're going to put out videos that get a couple views and a couple likes. Well, this is just a part of it. You're going to throw events where people don't show up. So here's what I can tell you. If you know what's coming ahead of time, you're going to be able to push through the obstacles, right? Because if I'm going up a mountain, I know around this curve, there's going to be a little bump on the road, so I might have to go around it just a little bit. So I know what's coming, so I'm able to adapt and shift, okay? So expect problems, family. This is a part of entrepreneurship. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But I promise you, it is absolutely worth it, okay? The last 2 for you is A, always point to success, right? So plan ahead, predetermine the change, lay out the steps, adjust your priorities, notify the key people, allow time for acceptance, head into action, expect problems. 7 is going to be always point to the successes. So me being a mentor for all of you, here's what I know. I see things happen all the time for all of us in life. I see everything that everybody's going through. Okay. So if you don't think I see it, I see it. I know you're going through a lot. But here's what I also know. Success is literally just as close as our skin. Success comes when we make a decision in a moment to commit, right? You make the commitment first before we need to know exactly what to do, right? Because at the end of the day, if we keep thinking about it all day long, we're always going to be sitting stuck. So always point to success. I'm always looking forward. I'm never stuck and looking back on where it is that I've been and what it is that I've gone through, right? If we're looking out in a car, The front dashboard is the biggest, the rear view is the smallest. So stop looking back into your past and let's focus on where it is that we're going in the future, because your future, this next year, 2023, there's no reason why any of us can't 10x our income, can 10x every aspect of our life. Grant Cardone has a whole book on it. If you've never read the book, this is my book for you to dive into as one of your next reads. 10x talks about 10xing every aspect of your life, 10xing your confidence, 10xing the way you speak, 10xing your emotional side, 10xing the way you show up in the world. So it's real. And last but not least, to go and 10x every aspect of our life by the end of 2023, it's going to be daily review, right? To daily review our progress. And this is something that we do every Sunday already. And I love it because the evaluation is everything. The evaluation sets up for the week. The evaluation allows us to ask those critical questions that make us see where it is that we're lacking, because everybody has blind spots. That's why that second question is so big. What did we do well? What can we do better? And then number 3, what can we focus on? What can we add on for the week? So that evaluation is going to be so big. So I don't know if you guys ever did this, but at the beginning of the year, right, I actually wrote a congratulations letter for December 31st on the ideal year for what it is that we envision. What would the ideal 2022 be for you? For me, it was being able to have a top-ranked business podcast, being able to have credit at a certain score, being able to impact so many lives, being able to help you guys get to the levels that you want to reach. So now we're going to do an evaluation. We're going to see where it is that we're at. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to drop the next congratulations letter right before the new year coming into 2023, because we know what areas that we need to work on, and we know what areas to double down on to go ahead and build on our strengths. So family, this is how anybody can go ahead and embrace change and get ready for the next level that is waiting for you to go ahead and unlock for yourself. So if you got any value for today, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Draw some 3s. And if nobody told you today, I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. Excited to go back and reread it. You already know. I'm telling you. Yes. So that's honestly, Shane, that's one of my biggest mistakes that I realized going throughout the year. I didn't take enough time to go back and read and reread that congratulations letter. That energy, that focus, that aura that was written on that first page is unreal. It's so powerful. So I'm going to make sure coming into the new year that that's going to be something that's looked at all the time to really step into that feeling. So every day we're getting aligned. So that's my training for you guys today, family. If you got any value, drop some 3s, smash that like button. And nobody told you, I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I see you stepping into the highest version in 2023. Is going to be a year to remember, because 2022, we did the deep work. We're setting up, planting the seeds, and now we're ready to go ahead and reap the harvest. So family, go out and have a great day. TGIF, the growth includes Thursday. Friday is coming hot. This is the day before Friday. Let's go and make it happen. I love you, family. Break the code is coming in hot. January 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Grab your tickets for 197 BTC 15. They are out now. You already know it's game time. I'll see you tomorrow on another episode with Rise and Shine. Let's go, family, buddy. Say goodbye. Get to work.